I'm now going to demonstrate how to take a chain of custody kit and send it off to the laboratory. So when you buy the kit, it comes with the following components. We have two transport pots, we have two collection vials, we have a urine collection cup, we have a transit bag, this is where the two vials of urine are going to go in and the associated paperwork, and we have a first class page postage envelope that goes off to the laboratory. We also have a chain of custody form. So let's look at that first. Let's take the chain of custody form first and we'll go through how to fill that in. So we're going to take our initial donor consent form, the one we filled out when we done the instant test, and we're going to transfer most of the information from that form onto the chain of custody form. So on the form here is customer ID code, customer telephone number, customer postcode, customer name and site location, and the site location would be your company name and where you're located. Underneath that we then have reason for test, and this could be several, so it could be pre-employment or as part of an induction process, could be post-accident after an accident, incident or near miss, could be as part of a random testing procedures, could be follow-up to a previous drug test, for cause or on suspicion, or part of a scheduled drug test. Underneath that we put the collector's name, and you print your name in the boxes there, and then the donor name and ID. Then the date of birth and the gender, male or female, the collection time and the collection date. If you have to have a Sentinel ID number, that goes in there, and then the national insurance number, if the donor has it, goes in that box there. Underneath that is a donor declaration which is asking about medication. It says, I understand that the sample I am consenting to give will be sent to the laboratory for drug analysis. I also understand that medication could affect the laboratory result and that a positive laboratory result may require medical review. So we list medication they've taken there, and if we've already filled out the initial donor consent form for the instant test, that information will already be on the form and we just transfer it over to there. Underneath where we list the medication there are two boxes. The first one says I am not taking and have not taken medication in the last 14 days, in which case the donor simply ticks the box in there. Or I am taking medication but do not want to declare it. The donor then signs to say that he's taken medication or that he refuses to declare it, and then he signs the donor statement there. Underneath that we then tell the laboratory what we want them to test for, so these are tests required. So you could have a non-negative result on here for say THC and cocaine, and that's what you put in there where it says test required. There's then a donor consent form which they read and sign and date, and then there's a collecting officer declaration which is what you're going to sign and date. Underneath that are two tamper-proof evidence seals. The donor should sign in the little sign box and then date each one. So both of those should be signed and dated. You could sign these, but it's in your best interest to ask the donor to sign it. They can't then come back at a later stage and say that you've changed the urine, you've taken the seals off and you've put new seals on, because their signature is on the tamper-proof evidence seals. That's how to fill out the paperwork. We're now going to go on to how to take the test.